I'll be answering this question from paper 2, WAEC 2023. The question 3B. It says the sketch in figure 4 shows 2 points T and S drawn above line XY. You can see this T, this is the point T, and this is the point S, and this is the line XY. Now the question says construct a circle to touch line XY and pass through points T and S. Now we're going to be constructing a circle that will touch this point T, that will pass through T, it will pass through S, and to touch this line XY. That means XY will be a tangent to that circle. So let's start that immediately. So following the question, I have to follow the steps to get my point T and Y. So I'll be drawing my straight line XY. I pick a coordinate point on XY as my point where I will trace my T. I see that. So when I pick that point on my line XY, I will take a length of 70 millimeters up. Anyway, that point ends 70. I'll mark the point. That point is T. Then from T, I will move 30. I'll give a distance of 30, and from that point, I'll trace my point X. My point S. S is 40 millimeters from the plane XY, but the point T and the point S are 30 millimeters apart. I hope that's very clear. So let's start the process. So I'll start by drawing my line XY. I'll just draw a straight line. I see the line. So I'll name this line XY. That line is XY. Now I'll pick a coordinate point on this line. So I'm picking this point. From this point, I'll draw a line at 90 degrees. A straight line at 90 degrees. Now I'll trace that line to be 70. On that straight line of 90 degrees, I'll measure 70. Anyways, my 70 ends, I'll mark that point as T, and this is my T. This is where my 70 ended. So this point is T. That point is T. Now to get my S, I'll move 30 millimeters away from T on this my plane XY, 10, 20, 30. Then on that point 30, I will draw another perpendicular line, and this line will be tracing the point S, which is 40 millimeters away from the plane, 10, 20, 30, 40, and this is the point. So this is your point S. So you can see the point T and the point S as the question implies. Now what to draw a circle that will pass through this point, it also pass through this point, and to touch this line, it will not cut the line. It will not cut the line. So what I'm going to do first is this question is using a principle of a triangle. That means you're drawing a circle passing through 3 points. You're drawing a circle passing through 3 points. So I'm using the principle of a circle passing through 3 points. So this is my point 1, my point 2, and the third point is on this my plane XY. So I will take this point as my T, as my third point. Then I form a triangle. I'll form a triangle. Forming a triangle with those 3 points. You can see that triangle. Now, what I'm going to be doing next is I'll be constructing a circle that will touch the apex. Let me call it the vertex of this triangle. And you know the method of construction that's going to be used. So I'll be bisecting 2 sides of this triangle. I'll be bisecting 2 sides. So in this point, I'll have to employ my compass. I'll be bisecting. Let's label this place. Let's call this place. This is ST. Let's call here U. let's label this point as U. So have a triangle STU. So I'll be bisecting SU first. I'll be bisecting SU first. I believe we all know how to bisect at this point because I've taught that before in my previous drawing. So then keep it on there on S. Cut this point. So I have this point. I'll draw my bisector. That's my bisector. Now, for the benefit of those that have not been following my videos for a long time, I just give you a guide on how to still bisect. So now I will teach how to bisect TU. So what you do is open your compass to a coordinate radius that is greater than half of this distance TU, or it could be the distance TU, but it could be greater than half. So I will take a distance that is greater than half. You can see that. Now with center U, I'll draw an arc, and I'll draw another arc in the opposite direction. With that same radius, I'll keep it on T and cut those two arcs I just drew. Cut the two arcs I just drew. Now the point is passing through this point, so I will draw a bisector that is passing through the 2 points of intersection. Now the line I just drew is called a bisector. You can see the two bisectors here. Now these two bisectors intersected on a particular point. That point where they intersected is called O. Always name that point O, which is the center of this required circle. So they met themselves here. They made themselves there. So that is O. That is the center of the required circle. Now with O as center, and a radius OT or OU or OS, any of them you choose as a radius, you draw a circle. Okay, let's draw the circle. Keep your compass on O. I've taken my radius as OT. Then I draw the circle. Okay, this is the circle. Now the question also says you should state the length of the circle, so you measure any of the distance. I'm taking this, measuring it. They ask what's the radius of this circle. I have it as 10, 20, 30, 35, 36. The radius of my circle is equal 36 millimeters. That is the radius of the required circle. Okay, thank you. Okay, take a closer look at it.